Right, okay, second video, done mere minutes after the last one. This is a little bit of info for P2. Yes, I have noticed that the lighting keeps changing on my camera every time I move, but as usual I really can't be bothered to do anything about it. So P2, this is going to be really short. It's a very basic intro to analog and digital signals. Most of this is probably fairly obvious to a level 3 student, but it is important to consider the difference. It is extremely important, and it's a big problem with control systems, is this idea of the difference between analog and digital signals. So we all know computers work with digital signaling. They work with a series of ons and offs in various ways, shapes or forms. Obviously this is mainly due to the fact they use electricity. However, other systems also use digital signals. For example, fiber optic systems, fiber optic transmission down cables uses digital signaling methods and so on. I'd just like to point out, yeah, okay, there's probably some physicist somewhere who is going to point out that even digital signals such as light down an optical cable is a wave and is therefore analog. Yeah, don't care. We call them digital signals because they are interpreted as a series of ons and offs. Analog signals do not work like this. Analog signals have two main features. They have amplitude and frequency. So amplitude is, if you imagine like a graph of a wave, amplitude is how far that goes up and down. All right, so it's the height of the wave. Frequency is, for example, that's not very frequent and that is. Does that make sense? It's amazing what you can do without any screencasts or anything like that. Okay, and yes, casting for screen and preparing stuff for the screen will just make this take longer, which means I won't do it because I'm lazy. So the problem we've got with computers is that some things like radio waves and telephone lines, traditional telephone lines, they use analog signals. But digital, obviously, is what computers use. They don't really understand analog signals. They have to have an interpreter. That's another subject for another time. So there is a problem that is in computing of translating one to another. All right, it is possible. It is quite complicated. I'm not going to go go into it now. But for P2, you need to kind of basically explain what a digital signal is, what an amplitude, what an analog signal is, and you don't really need to explain anything about the difficulty between translating or converting between those, because that is actually for a higher criteria. It's one of the merit criteria, and I will probably do another video to try and help you with that. Again, a little bit brief, a little bit random. What did you expect from me? See you later.